I want to start out foremost by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakadish. Salutations to the elders and apostles of GMS groups and ones alike. Teacher 100% true. Shalom, Barakatham to them for the edification and knowledge. And give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakadish. Tonight's lesson, I'm going to do some verses relating to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3. But the souls of the righteous are in the hands of Yahweh, and there shall no torments touch them. Relates to righteous, specifically the hopeful elect. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. It's talking about the righteous. And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. Number 4, for thou they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. It relates to the elect, the hopeful elect. And have been a little chastising, they shall be greatly rewarded, for Yahweh proved them and found them worthy for himself. Talking about the hopeful elect, the prophets, the righteous. And as gold in a furnace have he tried them, he received them as a burnt offering, that sacrificing their body through faith and believing, believing in Yahweh Shem Yashah, sticking, defending of this faith and this truth. In the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, for their Lord shall reign forever. Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. The glory is given to him, and the nation of Israel will be co-heir with that glory. That talks about 1 through 9, talks about the destiny of the righteous, man. Now, number 10 through 13, which I'm going to read, is going to talk about relating to the wicked. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imagination, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. It relates to forsaking his truth, not hearkening and heeding, and pretty much despised and denied relating to this truth. So, number 11. I'm going to get 2nd Esdras 9 through 13 to complement that a little bit. For whosoever despises wisdom and nurtured, he is miserable, and their hope is vain, and their labor unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. That relates to the wicked. Their wives foolish, and their children wicked. Their offsprings their family. 13. Their offspring is cursed, wherefore blessed is barren that is undefiled, which have not known the sinful bed. She shall have fruit in the visitation of thy souls. Now this relates to the destiny of the unrighteous, pretty much the wicked. Let me go to 2nd Esdras 9. I'll start it off at 9. And then shall they be in a pitiful case, which have not now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments, the 2/3, the wicked. It relates to this truth. They pretty much dismissed it. For such as in their lives have received benefits and have not known me. They receive things, but they haven't honored and pay homage to Yahweh B'Shem Yoshah. Pretty much denied of him. Number 11. And they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, and when as a place of repentance was open unto them, understood it not, but despised it. That relates to this truth being pushed out, being heard among the nations, But instead of hearkening heed into it, they pretty much just dismissed it and denied it and despised it. You know what I mean? So they're going to deny and despise this truth. That relates to the 2/3. The consequence of that is the same must know it by death by pain, judgment. Because they denied it and not hearkening heed to it, they're going to be judged. They're going to be judged for not hearkening heed to relating to this truth and word. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved. Whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. The world is created for the righteous. So care and be concerned how they're going to be. But the wicked, not so much. I'm going to go to Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 2. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Now, talking specifically of the elect, the prophets, the ones who are prophesying and preaching this word, the hopeful elect. Because on this side, that's who the Lord's dealing with through the Spirit. And this relates to pretty much that road entering of this journey, relating to this truth and this knowledge, man. And this relates to that narrow path, man. The beginnings of traveling that narrow path. That course, that road. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at the last end. Cleave unto the Lord is truth. Cleave into this truth, this knowledge. Stay faith. Convert, change, repent, work your salvation with fear and trembling to the best of thy abilities. Philippians 2:12. Show thyself improved. 1 Timothy 2:15. Be that workhorse, man. Put the effort, put the works in, man. Let's continue on. Whosoever is brought upon, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So pretty much go at a lower state means you're going to go through trials and tribulations. You're going to deal with adversity. So it's pretty much building you up spiritually by using different forms of adversity as the Lord had at the Lord's choosing, as He may. At the Lord's choosing, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua's choosing, relating to His chosen, His hopeful chosen. The gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So that relates to going through that trials and tribulations. Build it back up. Build up, break down, build back up again. You know what I mean? Going through until, get all those impurities out. Those impurities represents that sin. You know what I mean? Getting all the stuff that's not good within, that vessel of yourself, which relates to you. You're the vessel, you're that body. Now, relating to the narrow road, you're traveling through that narrow road, that path. It's narrow because the wide gate is for destruction. That's where everybody's going to travel through. That's where most going to travel. But the narrow path, only few can travel, and it's the straight way relating to difficulty. So, it's pretty, very, very difficult. And many are not going to go that path. Now, I was saying, relating to that vessel, that boat, I'm going to use an example. You're the vessel, you're the boat. You're navigating through those waters. Those waters are different types of forms of adversities. They're storms of adversity, trials, and tribulations. So you're going through that, relating to this. And you're going to deal with different types of things as the Lord will set upon you, physically, mentally, psychologically, whatever is chosen upon that individual through the Spirit. As the Lord, whatever the Lord chooses, how He'll, break down individually. Let's continue on. Believe in Him, and He will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in Him. So trust in Him relating to faith and believing. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for His mercy, patience, and go not aside unless ye fall. That narrow path, not much room on either side, left and right. So you have to stay the course. You're that vessel, like in the water. You got to keep going. You know what I mean? Things are crashing on you, hitting on you from side to side. That narrow path you're taking, you got to keep focused, because one slip up, you'll fall, and that's it. All right. Number 8. Ye that fear the Lord, believe in Him, and your reward shall not fail. So through faith and belief, regarding this truth, going through whatever trials and tribulations, pretty much working to the end and believing the reward will be dual rulership, or co-heir rulership with Yahweh Bashim Yosha. You know what I mean? Okay, that relates to the duties relating to Yahweh, those verses. The duties relating to when you enter this truth. I want to go to I'll go to first of before I get to that one, I want to go to 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. Actually, 1 Corinthians 10:13. There have no temptation have taken you, let me read that again. There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. So He's not going to give you beyond what you can handle, and even make in the process it'd be a way to allow you to escape as well. But He'll give you what He needs you. He wants you to have. I mean, as far as allowing you to endure certain things, and even pushing and taking it up a notch. But he'll allow you to be able to bear it and endure it, and most of all, even escape it, if possible. First of Peter is 4:1. I want to end it on this. This will be the last verse. For as much then as Hamashiach has suffered for us and in the flesh, arm yourself likewise with the same mind, for he hath suffered in the flesh, have ceased from sin. So we have to be in the same mind as Yahweh suffered and bare it and endured. We have to bear and endure it. Have that same spiritual mindset, state of mind. To bear it and endure it. As Yahweh had to do. Was that John 15:18? For before they hated you, they hated me. Whatever they do to you, they're going to do to me. I'm paraphrasing. I can get it real quick. Let me get it. John 15:18. If the world hate you, it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world will love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. Remember, the word is the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours also. So whatever they do to him, Yahweh, they're going to do to us. So 4:1, the one I wanted to read. Shalaki, I read that. That's pretty much a few verses I wanted to read. So relating to temptation, on the righteous, a little bit different verses. But the point is, we're going to, relating to the prophets, they're going to go through and bear a lot of things, This is part of the persecution. This is part of the territory relating to seeking and going for this truth, man. So this is not exactly the easy road. That's why many are not going to take this road. Because it's the straight road, but most of all, it's the straight road of difficulty. And in a society where ease is pretty much a luxury, and the luxury is to be at ease, they're going to go for the easy, which is the wide road. But the difficulty, the road of difficulty, is the road that many are not going to take. And but that's ultimately the road that's really the right road, and most of all the road that leads to that everlasting. But that being said, this was just a few verses relating to that, So I'll give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahshua, Ba'Shem Rakadish. Salutation to the elders and apostles of GMS groups and ones alike, teaching 100% truth. Shalom, Barakathum to them for their edification and knowledge. The water Yah, Ba'Shem Yahshua, for foremost, and the water for the GMS groups and ones alike, teaching this 100% truth. Shalom, Barakathum to them. And give all praise again to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahshua, Ba'Shem Rakadish. Hope this helped, and thank you for listening, whoever may listen. And the water, shalom, thanks.